Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for February 25th of 2025 is titled M41, the Little Beehive star cluster. So what do we see here? Well, here we see a cluster of stars, and this is what is known as the Little Beehive. So you can imagine there is actually a bigger beehive cluster, which is one that's actually visible to the naked eye in the constellation of Cancer. But this is a littler cluster and a smaller cluster of stars. And we see a lot of blue stars here. Now the blue stars are because when stars are born in a cluster, the most massive stars that form first tend to be blue. They're the more massive stars. They form faster and they glow blue. Now, why is that important? Well, the blue stars don't live for a long time. So clusters like these are slowly spreading out into space and they will disperse their stars. So over time, the blue stars will go through their lives very quickly and disappear. So when we see them, we know that we have a very young star cluster there because the stars have not yet had time to spread out enough. Now we can see other colorings there too. Not only do we see the bright blue stars, but we can also see some redder stars. And those are red giant stars, evolved stars. So these could be stars that were once blue and have now gone through their lives and expanded and cooled off, becoming large red stars. And we can see those prominently as well. So the stars are seeing the changes as stars in the cluster go through their lives. Now the other red that we see, that deeper red going through, is actually hydrogen gas. That is leftover material from star formation. So when these stars formed, they formed from great clouds of hydrogen gas, which compacted down and eventually gave us the stars that we see in this cluster. However, the gas, some of the gas was not used and is left over and sits behind here on the sky and will eventually be cleared out by the intense stellar winds and radiation pressure of those stars. But in the meantime, it glows. It is energized by the ultraviolet light of these stars. So while we see them as blue, actually these stars are mostly emitting ultraviolet light, which energizes the hydrogen gas and causes it to glow and gives it that distinct red color that we see here. So the coloring can be telling us various different things. The red color of the gas is telling us what it's made up of, hydrogen. The colors of the stars tell us something about their temperatures, where a hot star will appear very blue in the sky and a cooler star will appear very red. And we can see all of those as we look at this cluster, which may be similar to cluster in which our sun formed many billions of years ago. But remember, we're no longer part of that cluster because the stars have slowly dispersed. And now we just continue wandering through space, orbiting the galaxy on our own. But we have sister stars out there somewhere that were once part of a cluster like this with our own sun. So that was our picture of the day for February 25th of 2025. It was titled M41, the Little Beehive star cluster. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.